Fellow Sierra Leoneans, this na Dr. Sylvia Blyden, and today, Sunday, May 22nd, 2022. This na a unique date na my life. May 22nd. This broadcast na my 70th audio in my ongoing series of messages to the people of Sierra Leone. We go call them audio number 070, the 70th audio. And today I want to start off by giving thanks to God Almighty. I want you to join me for give glory to God Almighty, because all glory belongs to God. All glory belongs to God. 2 years ago on this day, they removed me from a 22 days detention na CID police cell under conditions wey just too awful for recount. After 22 days, today na the day where they charge me gonna court. But it was so interesting that after 22 days of suffering the worst betrayal in politics, treachery at its highest point, cell game, backstabbing, where the then former leadership of the APC, they basically sell me out, selling Maada and SLPP, then do anything they want to do with me. They not give a damn. So I find myself in a situation of 22 days of sellout, treachery, ungratefulness, the worst form of opportunism, ungratefulness, wickedness, evil by the Ernest Koroma-led APC National Executive. Betrayal, ungratefulness, wickedness. So 22 days after, when I don't see Ernest me don't sell me out to Maada and the SLPP, when they came gonna court, it was difficult for me to trust any APC lawyer, because I don't realize at that time that I could not trust anybody in the APC leadership, with extension to even the APC lawyers. Because after 22 days of betrayal, after 22 days of silence, like I say, mortal manom in Lidona cell na CID, I realized that indeed Ernest Koroma and the whole ballet lot, we call themselves with National Executive, they could not protect Sylvia Blyden. Despite all the support where I don't give to the party, to in the Ernest Koroma, and to the entire APC hierarchy. When it come, they sold me out to Maada and the SLPP for do anything they want. So 2 years ago, on May 22nd, I was taken from the CID cells. Also, I don't do 22 days of horrific conditions. Where put mortal man in kind of detention in there. And came gonna court alongside the so-called evidence of me state crime, which was the photograph of Ernest Koroma, where then go take na me pala. Printout of the then United States ambassador to Sierra Leone. I write an op-ed That was also their evidence. They say the ambassador in op-ed way a share on my wall na incitement. So basically, there was nothing there. Then say, I mean, also write for defend parlor contest, say the conditions under which they may keep her in detention was an abusive condition. So they put all na the charge sheet. So because at that time, Ernest, they don't betray me, basically just dump me. As on all know, they not say nothing, they not defend me, they not talk, they just sell me out, because it was like, we need to protect our skin. If not Sylvia, we can sell out for make una allow we forget breathing space, una deal with and day. So exactly 2 years ago on this date, May 22nd, I was charged to court on bogus charges where from the president to every single member of in government, they ought to be so ashamed of themselves. If then they look at the charges, then they now, then they look at how they treat me and then look at the charges, they should be so ashamed of themselves by now. But can you really just blame the government of the day? No. The opposition party to which I belonged, that then sell me out. And they make them send me that day they were going to the court. I stood my ground. I may not recount this story before. Represented myself. But I may not make up their mind. See them for go lock me in the maximum security prisons. And so they took me to the prisons on this day. After 22 days detention at CID, then came me go to prison on the 22nd of May 2020. Then go lock me up in a maximum security prison. And I look at God bless me with talent where I was able to represent myself, and I know small thing about law. So I look at the charges, I see all the bogusness of the charges. And I was able to systematically expose the charges that these are nonsense. These are just nonsensical, like charge way not supposed to even exist, then put and they. So each and every one of the charge and what they charge me with, the 10 counts charge, I could handle them at the magistrate level. And I mean need a lawyer because I could not trust any APC lawyer at that time. That was how deep the betrayal was. That was how deep the treachery was. Imagine somebody like me. We don't do so much from where we party lost power. I was there. At one point, I was the only voice. Because all the opportunities there now, some of them, they holla now, they make it in the opposition. I can just look at them. They were nowhere to be seen at the time the country needed an opposition voice. I was the only voice. And I was punished for that. And I realized that me own party and me own party leader don't sell me out. But I thank the great God that I serve, that he made a way for me to be able to represent myself. And I did effectively expose from the Attorney General herself, Priscilla Schwarz. I showed the bogosity of in charges systematically in that court that they represent myself as a layman. The lawyer then they call it what they show. The seditious libel laws, for example. You can't charge somebody for something we don't pass 6 months. Priscilla Schwarz charged me for a posting where he say we don't pass almost years. So I was able to represent myself, and you know, I used to leave the prison when they came me gonna court. Then they came me gonna court it like na some kind big treason. So they can count with over 100 armed policemen surround the entire magistrate court. Like they make it mean so fearful. People then afraid. They say I don't do bad thing in this country. Bogus charges. But maybe can get the confidence. Say, I'm gonna get out of this. One, the God I serve, it's too powerful for making them people get away with this. So despite all the betrayals, despite all the silence, despite all the APC women them, they all keep silent. All the so-called APC gender, this gender, that, this APC leaders, nobody spoke. The records are there, they not talk. Why? Some of them see me as an obstacle to where they want to get to. So they believe that, oh, if we see, we just make Sylvia, we make Maada Bio, we use Maada Bio for pull Sylvia from the picture, it's going to be good for us. And later on, I can get evidence and facts and papers which show say, indeed, them APC woman, this was their plan. Keep silent and pretend that somebody is not being emotionally and physically subjected to abuse. So many people, at the start of this broadcast today with this background, for some of them to understand what I went through. Now, because the magistrate court, it made it clear now to everybody, including lawyers, including Priscilla Schwarz as Attorney General, that they could not get me on a single one of those charges. And I mean, they subject them to such mockery because every time I went to that magistrate court, when I cross-examined the so-called police witness, I did disgrace them, I did expose them, I did show the nonsense, I did show the lies. Like when they would lie how them in Canada oaths are not get open, and they show them the timing. Then they come with magistrate search warrant, and they show them the impossibility of the faked up search warrant, how it's not possible for me to get 2 JPs for do this by this time. So I was on my own without a lawyer, single-handedly mean they dismantle the state then case against Dr. Sylvia Blyden. Single-handedly. They became frustrated, so they set up a plan. After they not send me on a Pademba Road, deny me bail, keep me there, and there was this uproar of people asking why has she been refused bail. I tell God thank you that time my mom in their life, and she was able to get certain things rolling. So then give me a bail where them if he say I'm not able to meet up to. Then me honestly if he say I'm not able to meet up to that bail there. But I tell God thank you now, and I go on for pay tributes today to one family, the late Ernest Koroma family. Auntie Mabintile, God bless them. Because they stood by me as well as my other relatives them, and they ensured that that kind of ridiculous bail with them in, I mean the amount of money, the amount of assets where they say people them for show up. They produced the bail and I was able to be granted bail. Next thing you know, by the next adjourned date, because the government wanted me in prison, and to some extent, some of them wanted me killed in prison. Killed, I mean actually killed. They want for kill me. So then come up with this scenario again about how me breach bail condition, which was not true. Said me go back to prison on June 3rd, after they don't grant me bail on May 29. Now, I then on a prison again, the second time, that they now then come, then cook up this plan about how they for charge me now a fresh charge na the High Court. And this time, then for cook up what they call a contempt of court charge, and then for them sentence me to 1 year jail for contempt of court. Then we don't plan everything with the, they don't bring the case file and don't set them up. But God is a good God. God is a mighty God. And my people, I want to talk to you today. Make you not ever lost faith in God, no matter what you are going through. As long as you don't obey all God's commandments, them, as long as you pray and you get faith in that there's a powerful God, He will work miracles in your life. And tonight are some of the miracles that they tell us so. So then come up with this situation now for charge me to High Court, then say for contempt of court. Because the non-sin now say the seditious libel case, the incitement case, the magistrate court, I don't mono, I don't poto, and they not get no chance yonder for convict me. So they come out with this fresh case, then say how the same thing where they don't refuse me bail for, where they say me breach bail conditions, they now say that same thing they now then say a contempt of court. The people, there's a reason why they take all my time they explain this to now, but they give you the gist now. But they not serve me, they not tell me waiting they may want me for going to court for. They not tell me saying a contempt of court. They hide all the paperworks, me in a prison. Then come on a Friday, na the prisons. They say they can't serve document to the prison officer the way they in charge. Say them for carry me go high court on a Monday. Now, then go on to then call 136, where then can move case from magistrate court, care and go to high court fast. So me the fees is something at 136. But as God would have it, I able to get the information saying a contempt of court. And I found it so bogus. But me people, here was I now, complete dilemma. It was now late in the night on Friday, now I get this information that by secret means, say that contempt of court they want to do for you on Monday, and then they go sentence you to 1 year jail for contempt of court. Saturday morning I wake now, waiting for do. I not trust no APC lawyer at that time. None of them. Because if Ernest Koroma don't betray me, don't let me down, he don't sell me out the way he don't sell me out, there was nobody in the APC. I mean, all of them, Ernest Koroma and all the whole ballet lot, where they don't vacate, they also now. All of them had sold me out. So it was very difficult for me for trust any APC lawyer. Would that not go sell me out? Some people that they revealed this story for the first time today in this audio 070. On a Saturday, I think. The only person I remember now say I go call for assist me. I reveal them for the first time today. Now John Oponjo Benjamin. So inside the prison, then they allow you prisoner for make phone calls. But in the monitor where they make the phone calls, if you pay, because you have to buy the top up for the card, for the phone. So that Saturday morning, they now go and call the department, welfare department inside the prisons. Now I go to the welfare, I say I want to make a phone call. Say, okay, I for buy top up, so I buy the top up. I call John Benjamin on the Saturday morning, waiting for charge me down for the high court on the Monday. So now I call and I say, it don't years I not talk to John Benjamin. Years I not talk to her, I not see him. But now I no more I remember now say I go call, we not to APC, we go let me down, and not to the SLPP pauper, where me they gone for me life. So I call him. I say, yeah, so he holler at the phone where I call. He saying, oh, I mean they so worry, waiting they happen. Now say, and because I know say John Benjamin don't pay college fees for a lot of his nephews them, we don't turn to lawyers them. Now I say, Joby, I say, I need your help. I say, before Monday, I need a lawyer. See, unfortunately for me own party, and they don't sell me out to Maada bill. So John Benjamin say, he say, Ernest go sell you out? I say, you'll be surprised. I say, Ernest Koroma don't sell me out to Maada bill. I say, from where they owe me, he has not shown any interest. I say, and worst of all, they not even they put out a press release like say, they get a very senior member of them party, an asset to them party, where they in a detention. I said, they don't even put out press release. So he was so shocked. I said, I need a lawyer. I said, you have a friend lawyer for me. I said, but I don't want any SLPP lawyer. I said, any of you nephew them, we don't turn lawyer. I said, I just need a lawyer. We go able to work with me. We not go afraid pauper. And also we not go be influenced. We not to APC person. So now John Benjamin answer me. Say, hey, say in the upline. He said, well, in the drive can down on the highway. He said, so sometimes the phone go cut off. He said, let me give him up to 1 hour. Let him make phone calls. Then he go call me back. So I wait by the welfare department, the phone call, as he done did the wait. After 1 hour, now John Benjamin call na the prisons. When he call now the welfare officer answer, he say, you want to talk to me, so then give me the phone. Now John Benjamin ask me, he say, what do me think about Charles Magai? He say, Ingo want for make Charles Magai go represent me. So what do me think about Charles Magai? So instantly, I tell him, I say, Joby, I say, this is not the hand of God. I say, you remember in 2013, where they just appointed me in a state house. I say, remember the role I play when they don't make a decision, say them for charge Charles Magai to court. I say, you remember when you call me, they tell me certain person complain me because na me fet for Charles Magai. I say, Charles Magai no ever know this story. I say, na me, when the person call you, they report, say, oh, look what in Sylvia they do, now in the fet for Charles Magai, blah, blah, blah. I say, I take my time and I explain to you why make a fet for Charles Magai. That's how they work in a state house. I say, now, after I explain to you, now you run gonna, when you realize all the facts, you run gonna host to Charles Magai. Now you go save Charles Magai now based on what I say. I say, remember? He say, oh yes. Now I say, so this is the hand of God. I say, I don't ever tell Charles Magai this story. Say, now me do so and so things them. I say, me even there with some misinformation about certain things. I say, for making you call. I say, because what made me call John Benjamin for now? For just make he friend one of his nephews, the winner lawyers. I say, for make you say Charles Magai. I say, definitely in the hand of God. I say, I'm fully on board. I say, but how forget Charles Magai now? Now I say, no, left that side they give me. So after about 30 minutes, now John Benjamin called me back. He said, Charles Magai don't agree for defend me, for go represent me in a court. He said, so Charles Magai say, make a call him. That the phone, that was now on the Saturday. So I was so happy. I called Uncle Charles. He answered the phone. He said, yes, John Benjamin don't call him. And definitely, he will come on board. He said, waiting at the issue. So I brief him. I say, he said this, because it may look very strange to him. You know, the way that we don't tie this whole thing for just goods. The way that we don't set the whole thing. So he found it very strange. I say, if me go able to get them documents here. So now I tell her, I said, they not even show me the documents. I said, now just somebody way kind. Now God hint me on make I prepare myself for waiting they want to do on Monday. I said, but I go try for see because I may get some money in my hand. So God help me back. I able work at the prison, spend money, then produce, then document here. Photocopy on that Saturday. And I will call the name of the person inside the prison system. That person and I assist me. It cost a lot of money for manipulate everything. Get all the documents. That same Saturday day, go na host to Uncle Charles Magai na Aberdeen. Go show on the documents them. But by that time now, they don't lock the welfare department in prisons and I will make phone call. But what was important, Charles Magai may don't accept to both John Benjamin and to me that he will represent me. So on Monday, then came me go. In fact, waiting and do that same Monday day, then give me the two cases. Both the magistrate court and the high court, all two for come up the same Monday. They may really plan them for me, see them for lock me up. So the whole intention was, when they lock me up for the contempt of court case for 1 year, then the magistrate court, because then I may don't put and case no me they under again. The magistrate case then go just dissolve her now and then sentence me for contempt of court at the high court. So when then go with me first, now the magistrate court first the Monday morning. Now, see, not to magistrate court for come, na high court. Then say, no, the magistrate court first for go. Okay, me say no argue. Then came me go na the magistrate court. So now the magistrate court are they now, that they are get forget a phone where call. They inform somebody say Charles Magai now they can represent me. Now they yeri. Pop now they activate now quick say before Charles Magai they reach the high court, then for don't go do the quick contempt of court case, sentence me quick one. This was now around 8 in the morning. Before Jack 9 and send me to bike with escort from high court for can take me by force for can me go na like a movie. So all the 100, because anytime me case they come up, they can count up to 100 armed policemen. Then you know, like now some dangerous person, some state rebel, some state enemy. So all the 100 policemen with the arms, so they could all line them all up to that road where they go up to that church, line them by Pademba Road, and so they could, so they can now with the escort, see them for go with me now. She should go now to the High Court. I say, now we bring me kind of magistrate court. The argument all day, for go to the van now, go to the van. So all the policemen they all for come out now, because I mean all the policemen they go there for. So the policeman, they all man turn around with them gun, everything, move with me, high speed, run with me, me go to the High Court. What reach at the High Court now, go put me in the cell, the High Court and get cell for woman them, and put me in this cell here. So when I'm in the try for argue with the man, the prison official wait at the tell and say no, now they may say magistrate court. In begin the Allah say everybody is waiting for you, the judge is waiting for you, the lawyers are waiting for you, everybody is waiting for you, don't argue. So they came in and go put me in this cell, lock the cell, but the cell get them, bars them. So they inside the cell, I team up now up through the bars that they look through, the cell they like underground, then above, I didn't judge and they pack them motorcar and then jeep them. So I team up there, you know, this God is a wonderful God. When you believe in him, not ever get doubt. I team up and they look up over the bars from the cell outside and put me. Now there I see this judge car with a motorcar in Prado Jeep, he park. When he park, when I look, he come out of the motorcar. God just make it turn in eye. He just see me inside the cell with all 2 eye bracket. So I see the man like a cold running body. He just put that. So I tell her, I say, good morning, my Lord. I see him like cold running body. I see him making the shaking, the booting, just say good morning. There you go. Behold, that was the judge when they don't send call for camp preside over the contempt of court case. Justice Ivan Sise. That moment, God wanted him to see the advantage. Because, you know, baby woman like me, imagine and go put me in a cell. God wanted him to see whatever was it that God wanted. God wanted him to see me in that cell, standing there. So by the time, because they don't call an eye for run for camp, we come and can then call the case. So Charles, my guy stood up for me and pointed out the fact that nobody not served me a single document. So how then they proceed with this contempt of court case where they not serve me nothing, me not see nothing where they serve. So he made these arguments and of course the case could not proceed because I had a lawyer. But you could see the whole thing had been planned, even to the point you see some comments that were made. But I tell God thank you, case was adjourned. We move now go to the magistrate court. Then they not sit. Then can we go back to the prisons. Eventually, after plenty ups and downs, after so much emotional and physical torture, after so much betrayals, after ungratefulness, because I mean, the way the APC leadership back then treated me, that's the height of ungratefulness. You cannot have evil worse than the way I was treated by Ernest Koroma. You cannot. You cannot have ungratefulness worse than the ungratefulness that was shown to me by Ernest Koroma. But I knew what was the case. I knew what was the issue. The issue was he knew that I had seen the evidence of the strong corruption and money laundering case that Julius Maada Bio and the SIPP had on their tables against him. So the first law of nature is self-preservation. So Ernest Koroma was willing for sacrifice me life for make Sierra Leone lost Sylvia Blyden, because if I was killed, like they tried to do to me in prison, that Sierra Leone mean for loss. Because whatever way you look at it, mean a big asset to my country. But he was willing to turn a blind eye. He was willing to keep silent. And he did not activate a single one of our APC structures to fight for me. I tell God, thank you. God show me the road. and I was able to get myself out of that mess. So today marks 2 years when they came gonna court. Pambuto bata. Today marks 2 years when me party pretend like say Ernest Koroma pretend like say they not charge me in a court for Buto Bata. Today marks 2 years when they now vacated, outgone, driven away, useless APC leadership pretended that an asset of the APC was not charged to court. Not a single press statement was put out. Nothing was said. Pretending like Sylvia was not treated badly at all. Sell me out. Basically, just sell me out to SLPP and Maada Bio. And then do what they do to me. Today marks 2 years. And the dates then get for the continue. The unique dates them get for the continue. And those of una we get conscience, una get for the ask una self, why did Ernest Koroma allow this woman to suffer like this without the party saying a single word? Why? The answer is simple, and he can never be able to defend himself. The answer is simple, and at the same reason make it is send this in dog Adebayo for the come after me with story after story, lies after lies, all the time. Because I know and I have seen the evidence of his money laundering. I have seen the evidence of his corruption cases that he cannot be able to escape from. And I know that if Julius Maada Bio decides that this deal where I get with Ernest Koroma, this deal where I get with Yvonne Akisoya, because he has a deal with them, there is no way on earth anybody will get common sense, not they see say the president of Sierra Leone get a deal with Ernest Koroma and he gets a deal with Yvonne Akisoya. There is no way anybody can tell me that there is no deal. Because the corruption of these two people is so glaring. The evidence, it is so glaring. But whatever is the deal that the president of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio, has with Ernest Koroma and with Yvonne Akisoya, now they one grain no. But clearly, nothing that is normal is happening around the case of corruption of Yvonne Akisoya and Ernest Koroma. And because they know, say I know about the extent of the corruption, this is why they continuously demonize me, continuously cook up these lies, feed them to Adebayo for broadcast, for try to get people then for hate me in the country. Let us start off first of all with the issue of payment of APC membership dues. You know, as I tell you recently, I know me they do audios before. What time they do before, the right time they write. And sometime in 2019, I wrote an article where I tell APC then say, we need for do better for raise funds for our party. If we can only inspire with members them for they pay the membership dues of 2,000 leones a month, I do the calculation and I show how we can easily, we not even scratch with aid, we go easily raise 200 million leones a month. Easy one. Just from ordinary membership dues. I show the calculations, I show how we for able to do them. This was 3 years ago. I write the article there. Then subsequent to that, every time where I go pay me party membership dues, every single time I pay me party membership dues, I can put out an article where I can call on my fellow APC comrades and say, look how I don't go pay. Una safe, una lo go pay. If we not pay money, this party are not go benefit from we goodwill. if we not pay money, now money now for make this party operate. So every time when I go pay, I can snap the payment slip, snap the bank receipt, snap the check, and I can post them on social media. So if you go to my Twitter or you go to my Facebook, the evidence did it. So what thing then do this behind time? Then take then receipt then the way don't pay, because let nobody not mislead you now. And as by Koroma they work with the SLPP. The day go come on I go wake up and realize that Ernest by Koroma they work with the SLPP. I repeat, Ernest by Koroma they work with the SLPP. The day go come where una go realize, say the reason why make from where they say that they investigate them for corruption, they have not been able to tell us anything about the investigation of corruption. It is simple. He's working with them. The same thing again with Yvonne Akisoya. She's working with them. Past now, no way, it don't turn to an extent where it begin to talk now about SLPP don't watch like a RUF, which I think is very unfair. Me per always see SLPP do to me, I not go ever go out internationally and tell people then say SLPP FIBA RUF or the one turn to RUF. I will not do that to my country. I will not do that. But she's doing it, and she's enjoying it, and she's been doing it for a long time now. And Julius Maada Bio and his team, they turn a blind eye. Nobody's going to tell me that there is no deal going on in the background. Because the evidence of Yvonne Akisoya's corruption is so glaring. But instead of going after her and getting her to confess publicly and apologize, then they bio am. So something is clearly not correct between the Julius Maada Bio regime and Yvonne Akisoya and her corruption. And similarly, something is not correct with the Julius Maada Bio regime and Ernest Koroma and his clear-cut corruption and money laundering cases. So at the end of the day, what then they do, they have a deal amongst themselves. And because they're fully aware, say Sylvia is au fait with the fact that these two people are corrupt, but this Julius Maada Bio is not allowing them to be prosecuted, they're sending all these stories, cooking up stories about me at every possible turn. And so then come up with this one, how Sylvia normally they pay APC membership dues, pass where a rumor say they want for can expel them from APC, now he rush go pay, which is a lie. I applied for rejoin the APC in 2012. Then collect my money 2012, then begin give me all kind of excuse, that Victor phone and me the Secretary General. Then begin give me all kind of excuse for process the card. Eventually, my card was processed. Long story, one day I go tell you. My card was processed in January 2014. From 2012, when they begin collecting money, I have never failed to pay my party dues. Fully paid up member. Every single month, I pay my party dues. Sometimes I pay in advance. Like right now, I don't pay. In fact, not sometimes, almost all the time, I pay for the whole year in advance. Now, I don't pay until 2025. I have never had an issue with my APC membership. All of these, when they put out now for demonize me to the APC. I don't tell people them over and over again. Yvonne Akisoya is corrupt. Yvonne Akisoya don't break every single one of we local government acts where them put in place for prevent corruption. It don't broke all. Worst of all, Yvonne Akisoya don't do things where the Constitution of Sierra Leone warned against. And you know the arrogance of them, it is only because of some confidence deal where they get with the SLPP regime. Because what else would allow this lady for breach the Sierra Leone Constitution when it comes to statutory instrument? every single official or authority in Sierra Leone will want for use in powers for implement any change. The constitution is clear. You have to go to parliament. You get for lay am na parliament for 21 days. When Julius Maada Bio tried for do a census without laying it in parliament, I put out an audio where I advise him, say, me they advise him. Say, if you do this, when you left power, then go after you for treason. And fortunately, that public advice wagi, he listened to it. And he reversed in steps, because when you look at the constitution, it is very clear about what you cannot do, no matter the power or the authority where you get. You cannot conduct a census if you not go lay the instruments in parliament. Similarly so, the mayor of Freetown not supposed for change the manner and methodologies and pattern for calculate local tax on we houses if you not lay in a parliament. But she doesn't do. She's lawless. Even Akisoya is lawless. It not get no respect for the law. And she doesn't want to be cited. And unfortunately for we as a country, we get a president where for whatever reason or whatever arrangement he get with Yvonne Akisoya, he's allowing her to get away with all these acts of lawlessness. Same way he has allowed Ernest Koroma to pretend that there is no case against him. So we get Yvonne Akisoya and we get Ernest Koroma, two people with huge criminal conduct being protected by Julius Maada Bio. And when some of us call out some of these things that it affects the country in democracy, they come after us. You cannot come after me and allow me to, and expect me to keep quiet. You cannot be launching your Adebayo Poppy all the time for they come after me, they demonize me, they come after me, and you expect me to keep quiet. Yvonne Akisoya is a bloody corrupt woman. She is very, very corrupt. Nothing but corruption would get her to open a secret bank account using a secret name, collecting money meant for the government and people of Sierra Leone, put into that secret account, bring a British foreigner for can handle the secret account. These are all acts of egregious corruption. And Julius Maada Bio is allowing her to get away with it. Pass now where sometimes don't begin talk say SIPP was past area for SIPP they head towards a situation with like a RAF rebel situation. Something like that, something maybe. But clearly, Julius Maada Bio is letting this country down. Where they bring me now to something where they pain me. Now one of the things that where they pain me most of all. When people and they talk say Sylvia Blyden, now one of the people that way they advise Maada Bio. If they pain me when I know they know other talk, they pain me. When I know other thing, they hurt me. Me, Sylvia Blyden. Now me go they advise a president of Sierra Leone. If they blunder so like how Maada Bio they blunder, me. If una know that thing, they hurt me. One they say na me they advise Maada Bio. If una know how that thing they hurt me. Me na me go the advise president of Sierra Leone. He they make them kind of mistake there. Look the kind of mistake. Look at the type of blunders what this man they do. So they can't talk say Sylvia and they advise Maada Bio. Sylvia and they advise Maada Bio for go after Yvonne. If I maybe they advise Maada Bio like Yvonne they jail by now. But Maada Bio they protect Yvonne. Maada Bio they protect Ernest Koroma for reasons best known to himself. But when you people come out and you have Ernest Koroma and Poppy, they come out, they talk out, and Sylvia and they advise Maada Bio. First of all, I don't talk to Maada Bio. I don't have any form of relationship or business or conversation with Maada Bio. Other than the fact that I respect the fact that he is the head of state. I respect the fact that he is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. But to put on to that extent when I talk and me, they advise the man. Let me go the advise Maada Bio the blunder so. Let me go the advise president of Sierra Leone. That president the blunder so. If you know that thing they hurt me when I go stop. Believe you me. It they pain me when I see me the advise Maada Bio. So today, I don't use this opportunity for take una far back and reveal certain things in back way. Some of una know me know, and hopefully I don't get clarity now. For no, say exactly 2 years ago when I was charged to court, and as by command and turn their face like they don't know such thing and charge more man to court. One statement and not put one protest, nothing. Because I'm not a part of their deals. And every time I say my truth, every time I produce my audios that are just saying the truth, it gets these people nervous. They always don't cut deal. After deal, they get nervous. And so they send their puppies out for come and attack me more. Now me make a call 3 years ago. I mean, right on that day. They call on APC members for paid and subscription. Now me snap the photo of my subscription cards. It dey right now on my Twitter page. It then on my Facebook page whenever I can pay. I dey post them and I dey call on people and say, "Una Kamelo will go pay with party dues." Why them for take an out turn them? They work with the SLPP there now. For give the impression like for say, na SLPP migi then documents then they where they very well know. Say this document, I myself post on Facebook. And when I post on Facebook now with a call for us APC members to go pay our subscriptions. Why then for they give the impression like for say, na me the advice against Ivona Kisoya. Ivona Kisoya na tifu man. Ivona Kisoya corrupt. Why make Maada Bio no one for go after him? Or why make Maada Bio they suppress the anti-corruption commission, possibly not for go after Ivona Kisoya? Now in one grain no. Now they know they deal with them get. Now they know the arrangements where they get. We make 2 years ago where they all men at this country after 22 days of sufferment, pan nothing one not do wrong. 2 years ago when they charged me to court, the Ivona Kisoya, the Ernest Koroma, the one all APC hierarchy, yang, the APC leadership, nobody not talk. Now they know they deal with and get with Maada Bio. Now they know they deal with and get with SLPP. Me not get deal with Maada Bio. Me not get deal with SLPP. How then they manage for connect whatever connection they want for make, now their business. All what me they say to una today is that Maada Bio they protect Ernest Koroma for reasons best known to himself. Maada Bio they protect Ivona Kisoya for reasons best known to himself. Because otherwise, why then go they allow them people here for the give impression to the world as if they are not corrupt, as if they have no corruption cases? Why else? All what he making do now for link him to the silence from 2 years ago when I was charged, bogus and nonsense. At the time when I was the voice of the opposition, the voice of the democratic opposition. 2 years ago, I was that voice. And then go lock me up and try for kill me. But God is good. God is great. I make 2 years later, I think in London right now, I just come out Spain. And I get for can go America. I travel how I want because God is good. On that note today, I go end tonight's broadcast. Tonight's broadcast, not more of an education broadcast. Not just the small revelations for some of you for no things then. But not me know. And I go end tonight's broadcast with the music, Iron Lady. May God bless we all. Amen.